Hello everybody, and welcome to first live stream of 2019, I think. We have got some FIA racing that's going down today. My router is on a knife edge, so I don't know if I'll actually be able to maintain the stream, but let's hope it survives. Yesterday I actually had no connection and they came to fix it this morning, but you know, these things are never guaranteed. So we're probably only going to get a chance to do one race. Unfortunately, with this new schedule, I'm not so happy about this new schedule where there's a race every 2 hours. I kind of like the previous layouts, and I haven't done any practice on the Manufacturers Cup race, even though I know that track quite well. I don't know. So we're going to focus on the Nations Cup today. Let's see if we'll get more than one race in. It obviously all depends on how I do in this race in 10 minutes. In the the Honda. I did a practice race this morning. Firestorm was the guy in pole position. I started in P9, and if those of you know Firestorm, he's a belting fast driver. But I managed to catch him. So the key thing to this race is it's a no-stopper. Some of the drivers will stop, and the benefit of starting to low down the order this morning, I started P9, was I got to see how the car behaved in traffic and how it responded to those who were pitting around me. So you can still do the no-stopper even if you're racing other people. You just have to be quite patient with it. I don't yet have your comments on the screen. I'm going to have to check via my phone in a few minutes. So please comment away and I'll read them after I've done a little bit of warm-up here. I hate this corner in the game and in real life. So with the race, you just got to be as smooth as possible, and qualifying is important because everyone's short shifting and stuff. It's really hard to make up lost time at the start, which I learned this morning. I started sort of 10-ish seconds behind the leader and I only made up 2 seconds at the end, but my race time was super competitive, all things considered. I watched Key do his warm-up and stuff, and I could tell immediately that what I was doing was on the competitive side. So the point that you got to try and manage is to stay out of the 1 minute 40s as long as you can in this race. So try and stay in the 38s, stay in the 38s as long as possible. 37's even better. Someone like Tutu or Lightning, they'll be able to do that with relative ease. I don't know how they're able to do such fast single laps with this car. So my stress today is more focused around the qualifying, which has always been a bit of a problem for me. So if I do well in qualifying today, I'll be really stoked. Braking for turn 1 is the main stress, because I don't know. On high fuel I was able to do a low 36, but I think for pole position targets is 35.5. The thing is 35.2 is my best lap in free practice, so that's with basically no fuel on board, perfect tire conditions. I don't know how the guys are lapping 1 second faster than me. I'm doing almost same gears, same braking points. They're just able to carry a little bit more speed than me. That caught me out this morning, that curve. They're able to carry a bit more speed than me, and it's catching me out. You know, I'm not able to carry the same speed that they are with this car, and I don't know why. I don't know what I have to do to get on their level. Here's my Rinaldi Racing colored Honda NSX. Speaking of Rinaldi Racing, for those of you who don't know, I'm back with them this year, which is not really a secret, but I'm back in the Blancpain. I missed Blancpain last year, and I'll be racing the full season of Sprint and Endurance. Sprint has been named GT World Challenge now, which is super confusing because they also have the Intercontinental GT Challenge. So I think the SRO, which is the organizing body of Blancpain, I think they made a bit of a naming mistake there. But anyway, I'm racing in both championships this year. I competed in the AM Championship in 2017 and won all three. So that was endurance, sprint, and overall. But this year I'm up to the Silver Cup class, and it's going to be much more difficult because despite racing in a category which is meant just for silver ranked drivers, of which I'm one of our drivers is a bronze or amateur ranked driver. So that's going to be super tough. But it's going to be interesting as well, because our theory is stay out of trouble throughout the season, finish every lap, which sounds dull and boring, and we have a genuine chance of being competitive in the long run. Whoa, I was looking at my phone there. After this lap, I'm going to read your comments, guys. Next weekend is my first race. It's not in Blancpain. I'm joining the Wochenspiegel team Manschau, which those of you who watch VLN, they're one of the sort of legends of the VLN series. For those of you who don't know, VLN is the championship which races around the Nordschleife. Wochenspiegel is run by Rinaldi. Rinaldi are the logistical and technical partners of Wochenspiegel. They have two white and silver 488 GT3s, and next weekend they're going to be racing in the 24-hour series by Hankook tires, and at Mugello, which is one of my favorite tracks. Top 3 track is Mugello. So they've chosen me to be one of their drivers, and I am so damn excited to get back in a racing car for a race. I can't even begin to tell you. I did the Blancpain test last week Thursday, and I was 3rd quickest in bagging. We were at Paul Ricard, and excuse me, and the times, once one of the teams broke the 1:53 barrier, we all kind of assumed that was sort of a safe place to sit, so none of us wanted to get close. So I ended up on a 1:53.3, which was literally 200ths slower than P1. So I was pretty stoked with that. Also, considering that we never used new tires to get that time, which is a big deal in GT racing. New tires, especially with the Pirellis, give you a big advantage. So to do a 1:53 around Paul Ricard without new tires, okay, they were pretty good tires, but they weren't brand new. We were very happy with that, and honestly, it shows that the work I've been doing during the off season is working, because at the Paul Ricard test, when I used to be in the top 25, I was stoked, let alone the top 5. And during both days of testing, I was always in the top 10 when I was in the car. So from a personal point of view, I feel more ready than ever. I'm super excited to see how the season goes. Obviously, during the season, it will depend on the tracks that we go to in terms of performance. So, you know, I may have done well in testing, but race weekends are a completely different matter. We'll see now in Mugello. One of my teammates is a GT Masters legend. His name is Daniel Kalwitz. For those of you who don't know him, he's a multiple champion in GT Masters, which is considered the most competitive GT championship in the world, sprint championship. We were teammates at the Spa 24-hour, so if I'm close to him, I'll be very happy. We actually, even though we're in the same team for the Mugello 12-hour, we're in different cars. So I think he's in the 21 car and I'm in the 22 car, I think. I don't know what the numbering system is for the race weekend, but when they race in VLN, it's 21-22. And Wochenspiegel have decided this year they are protesting basically the VLN championship because they're upset with the BOP changes, which has effectively made the GT3 cars slower than the GT4 cars on the straights, which makes it almost impossible for the GT3s to overtake. So some of the teams are really upset by that and have pulled out of the championship until something has changed. And Wochenspiegel is one of them. So the VLN's loss is my gain, it seems, because if I do well, who knows, maybe I'll race with them for the whole season, but one race at a time. All I can say is I'm super excited to finally get onto the racetrack. Okay, so unfortunately for you guys, I can't drive and read comments at the same time, especially in the grade 2s. So let's quickly jump onto the comments here. One moment please while I log in via my phone. Okay, so thanks to everyone who's tuned in. Sorry it's been so long. It's going to be a bit more inconsistent between now and October because it will depend where I am in the world. Next week, for example, on Monday I'm in Monza, Tuesday Paul Ricard, Wednesday to Sunday at Mugello. So it's going to be quite a mission, which obviously means I won't be able to stream. Okay, Mino Lin, what's happening, my man? Ladies and gentlemen, that is one of the developers of Assetto Corsa right there. Legend. Say hello to him. Francois, what's happening? Hello to everyone who said hello. Tosh has asked if I'd like to qualify for FIA GT Sports event. I'd love to. It's one of my dreams. I love Gran Turismo. I've always wanted to be a GT Academy, well, it used to be called that, a GT Academy finalist. But it's impossible for me to be part of the FIA races because South Africa doesn't get a seat. So if anyone knows anyone at Gran Turismo, I would love to speak to them because I think they're missing out on something. Tosh is also saying, do the guys who are quicker than me drive the Nissan? On the ranking board, no. As you'll see here, the Raybrig NSX Honda is the quickest car over one lap. I've stuck to it myself. I'm going to race with it. The Nissan I think could be faster, but let's see how I do. I'm at the bottom end of the A+ rankings. I haven't had a chance to boost my ranking to 75,000 points, and this is all going to come down to how well I qualify, which is my Achilles heel in this game. Francois was asking if I made the livery myself. Yes sir, I did. I can't wait to show you guys the livery for our real racing car. I saw it yesterday. Looks sexy AF. Woodman, what's happening, bro? Kenbo. A lot of people can't drive the NSX because it's got horrific turbo lag. So I've just managed to get on top of the turbo lag. A track like this, which has medium to high speed corners, it's more manageable. Francois was asking how many laps you guys typically run with cars during testing. It depends, mate. Most of the time, like at this test, I maybe did 40 laps in total, which is a lot. On race weekends, you maybe get 10 laps before, 12 laps before qualifying. You don't get a lot of laps. Woodman is asking how fun 290 kilometers per hour were at Paul Ricard, and Woodman knows that because he's a patron of mine, and the patron guys get my onboard laps, the best laps. Okay, just quickly scanning here. So Kenbo is saying that we usually get a lot of testing, but it's not the case. We actually get unlike let me just make sure I'm on the right tire here. Yes, medium. And points table 2100. It's okay. Saying thanks for the guide. Unlike Formula 1 where they can clock, we may do 100 laps a day, but it's between 3 drivers, so it's just, where's Doc Brown? There we go. Okay, quick sip of water. I don't know if I know anyone in this group. Okay guys, I've gone a little bit quiet because first qualifying since being back on Gran Turismo Sport. I've got a bit of a laggy connection, which is a bummer. I'm just killing time by driving down the pit lane. I'm not as nervous as I usually am, for some reason. But I'm a little bit nervous, so I just would prefer not to bottle this. I know I've got decent race pace. I've tested it multiple times now. If you're doing an 18-minute 20 in terms of the race time, then you are competitive against the aliens. And I've done that twice now. I've done an 18:22 and this morning 18:28, but I started in P9, which means that if you take away the 8 or 10 seconds it takes to get to the finish line, it was also an 18:20 race time. But I want to do well now, so I want to put together two nice clean laps. This banker is going to be important. Dump some fuel, and we'll see how things unfold in the race. Obviously I have to be patient. I have to avoid reigniting Dirty Dave, the guy who misjudges braking points, and just see if the race comes to me like it did at Autopolis. I started P4, I expected Key 25 to run away 3 times. 3 times I caught him. One time I bottled it, and one time he beat me. The next time I was leading and then I bottled it, which you guys saw, the embarrassment of it all. And then the third time I won with relative ease. So I need that third race, David. Race number 3, Dave. But I do like races where you don't have to stop. Short shifting, getting in the flow, carrying speed, saving the tires. I'd love to know how Tijni is able to commentate and do pole position runs. But I'm about to go quiet. Okay, 1/10, 1/10, 1/10. So let's say I need about 4/10. 35 is the target actually, 35.5. My first sector was way too conservative in the previous lap. Traffic is a concern. Ah, shit. Shit. Oh no! That was no good. Okay, so bottled that one because of sector 1, so it should have been quicker. Should have, would have, didn't, blah blah blah. Francois was asking if the 720S was at Paul Ricard. Yes, sir. It was there, it looked beautiful. The DSP is asking what wheel setup I'm using. Thrustmaster. Let's quickly Thrustmaster racing mediums. Okay. Damn. I should have done a 36 low. Very happy with my second lap on used tires. The pace is there. Story of my life. Oh, I had the pace but couldn't quite put it together. Story of my life. Okay, nerves are picking up now. Luckily we have the FIA cheese that is rolling in to calm me down. Key here is tire preservation and managing the fuel, but you'll see I have a strategy for the fuel management, but as always the first lap you got to go flat out, you got to commit, because if you lose time on that first lap you won't get it back. So strategy here is full gas first lap and then starting to hypermile it basically. Luckily the two guys in front of me on Hondas, that makes a difference. Look at that green Rinaldi Racing Super GT car. If a man could dream. Although now that DTM is going privateer, like, you never know. Look at that man. Hello. So a quick plug, Patreon, if you subscribe even on the lowest tier, you gain access to the onboard laps from my testing in the real life GT3 cars. It's not helmet cams because I'm not allowed to put a helmet on my camera. I'm not allowed to put a camera on my helmet anymore. But you can still get the best lap from each test. So I've posted so far the Paul Ricard test without the chicane, where we get up to 290. Well, our top speed at that test was 298 with a slipstream. I've never been that fast in my life. I've never been 300 kph, but 298 kph. Pretty close. It's quite nerve-wracking. And then the next video I posted, the best lap from Paul Ricard test with the chicane. I was in a GT3 car. It was during an ELMS test, and I was testing along with GTEs, which are basically GTEs are GT2 cars. They're Le Mans spec cars. And I was the fastest of the GT3, so it was a good lap. So yeah, if you go onto Patreon, it's not just to support me, but you do actually get some pretty cool shit at the end of it. Excuse me for swearing. I'm hoping to announce a branding deal with a popular gaming company at some point soon, and Patreon customers will gain access to the benefits of that. Okay, here we go. Sorry for the plug. For those of you just watching for pleasure, by all means, please, the Gran Turismo Sport stuff will always be for free on YouTube. So just enjoy that for now. Okay, starting P3, best place I've started in my tests. Let's go. That was a pretty cool move. So I think I have a theory why my first qualifying laps were bad in Sector 1. I think it's related to the my outlap was way too slow, so I had no tire temperature. So it was a strategical error, I think, to go so slowly on the outlap and only prepare at the chicane. That was a mistake. This pace is way too slow. If I wanted to do alien pace, those first 2 laps by the leaders is what cost us. They just went too slowly. So the idea of getting close to the alien total times, though achievable, not today. I just have to manage this race now. So we go full lean on the straights. Lean through here, 4th gear, full gas, and then crank up with my thumb back to full power for the rest of the lap. Just rolling the car into the corners. SVH, the guy in second, is catching me, but he's going to have to spend some fuel to do that, so just trying to drive as smooth as I can. Should be doing 37s on these laps. Just rolling it in. Turn up the fuel again. Getting into 5th gear as soon as I can around this long right-hander. Whoa! I know these races are boring to watch, but I absolutely love them. I love managing stuff like this. Oh, when you miss the curb, understeer city. Eight, 9, 10, 11. I'm just on the limit on fuel. Geez, 82 viewers. That is a record, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in. You guys are legends on a Saturday as well. Super appreciative. Tires are looking amazing. 39.7. Yeah. Oh my gosh. You guys can't see it, but I can feel this car sliding. Fourth gear through turn 3. This is the least favorite corner in real life and in the game. Downhill on the entry, which gives you big oversteer going in and then struggling to get on the power going out. This is one of the scariest corners in real life because of the crash factor. This is just one of the worst corners in any track. Downhill braking, very difficult to spot a brake marker. There are no markers. In real life it's just a white painted wall on the side with 0 marks on it, so you have no reference of where to brake. And this part is stupid. They should just have the double right for GT cars, honestly. They made Sector 3 way too safe. but I suppose it makes it good for testing. 2.5 laps left of fuel, with 2 laps of driving remaining. Whoa! Tipping it in here. Small lift, get on the curb, baby. That is perfect, but I need full power, David. Focus. Focus on the power. As I mentioned earlier, trying to focus for an alien top time in terms of race time is thrown out the window after the first 2 laps, which were snail pace, which is unfortunate. But yeah, let's say we can get an 18:25 here, maybe. I'll be very happy with 18:25. I reckon the top guys are going to be doing sub 18:20s. I'm talking about the race time, ladies and gentlemen, not the best lap. That means they have machine average lap speed without pit stops. The reason why a pit stop doesn't work here, it takes 20 seconds, 23 seconds, and there's only 10 laps of racing basically, if you discount the start. And since everyone's pitting on lap 5 or 6, you don't have enough time to make up those 20 seconds, so it makes no sense. Final lap, don't have to fuel save on the final lap. Whoa, backs it in. For those of you curious, I have rear brake bias for some reason, because these cars actually, they do understeer. So I'm on +1. Oof. Keeps it on the track. 89 views. Holy! So this is the first and last race of the evening, guys. This live stream is short-lived because I had no practice in the Manufacturers Cup. Now that my real racing season has begun, I don't have time to dedicate to each one because I have some other training stuff I've added to my program this year, including a lot of gym and the cognitive training, which seems to have worked. 18:21, ladies and gentlemen. That's a pretty decent total time considering that first lap. Whoa! Pretty stoked with that. Thanks everyone, I'm just reading the comments quickly. 144 comments, so just one moment please. Nice strategy, thank you. Is this going to be a non-stopper? Yes, as you could see there. Okay, a little bit of chit chat. Let's see if there's any questions here related to the race. Left front is almost dead. Yeah, you got to manage the front left. I mean the left side of the tires. Just be as patient as you can through those corners. Yeah, thanks guys. Thanks for the compliments. That was a good race. I really was happy with that race. Really good total time. So pretty stoked with that. Fang HF, can't mention his real name online, is asking what I do for cognitive training. I use well, actually you're gonna have to send me an email for me to give you the information, mate. Paul Christophers, thanks so much. So if you go to my website, davidperel.net, and go to the contact page, I will be able to send you the details via email. So, Dylan, I think that the target race times for this race will be around 18:15 to 18:20. So I was about a second off the pace there. So we have a choice now, people. We have 20 minutes before this race starts. We can give it a go. You know, I know the racetrack. We can do it for fun. So I still have some time. Here's my very unique... let me just quickly set an alarm here. Because I need to make sure I don't over practice. So 17:55, I need to exit here. Okay, so 17:55. Let me just make sure. Yeah. Okay, so we got 15 minutes of practice. B's dad is asking if moving the brake balance helps. Yes, but because this car understeers, or the grade 2 cars understeer, I just keep it at the rear the whole time. Racing softs. So let's just quickly do a lap and just see how long it takes to do a pit stop. Oh, I don't know this track. By the way, look at this bug at the bottom there. With the chicane, I'm not so good. Anyway, look down there where it says power and lean. You can see it's basically got all the data there. So you just adjust this. Hang on, let's just flick through it. There you go. Back to normal now. So yeah, with the grade 2 cars, you stay with -1, or sorry, with rear brake bias, because the car understeers so much. So I definitely wouldn't suggest going full front on those things. I'm testing how long the pit stop is here. So let's assume that you don't refuel in this race. Who knows the strategy for this race? Does anyone know the strategy for this race? Strategies are welcome, because have I ever raced on a street circuit for real? Unfortunately not. I'd love to. So this is going to have a serious effect on my driver ranking, because yeah, my tendency to hit cars is quite high, and it's much worse on a street circuit. So I'm decent at these tracks when I'm leading. I just kind of pull away, but if I'm not leading, it's a freaking disaster. This is the hardest corner on the track, harder than the chicane in my opinion. Stay in the red and yellow, white, and then this should be easy flat on the softs. So can anyone tell me? I very much doubt that we have to use the medium tire for this race, but if anyone knows whether you have to do a pit stop. Japanese guys did a one stop, softs and softs, pitting lap 6. Okay. Whoa. So let's try put a lap together here quickly, and without talking, David. So starting on the soft tire and then boxing lap 6. Okay. Thank you, sir. Who was that? Who was that? Let me just quickly look before I have to brake. The Spud Bud. No. Aslam. Thank you, Aslam. Oh, I think that's a fourth gear corner. This is easy flat. Set up this long left-hander. It's going to load up the soft tires quite a lot in the race. And whoever stays in the slipstream in this race is the winner. Braking at 100. So let's try and get a 39 before the buzzer. pretty stoked with that FIA race win, by the way. It was in an A+ group. I know not the highest points, 2,100. I realize that. I know. Things could be better. Things could be more competitive. But I'm still happy with how things went. That's not how you do it, ladies and gentlemen. Ah, oh, come on. Anyway, let's see what kind of lap time we can extract from this car. Okay, so 39 is just out of reach for now. We need to do a 37. Oh. For those of you asking why I'm not just restarting, it's because I want to get into a rhythm. You know, I mean, in real life you can't hit the restart button, but then again, in real life you don't have these penalty things. Here you want to drive towards the exit wall as hard as you can, basically, or get on the power as soon as you can for this long straight. And don't get penalties, ladies and gentlemen. Don't get penalties at the chicane. Okay, onwards we go. Soft. Okay, I can manage that. I do want to do one pit stop practice. So what is this? 17:47. So 2 hot laps. That's not how you do it, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, come on. Come on! Oh, that's irritating. Okay, so I need to learn the ways of this chicane. Sorry. You know, I usually regret doing these sort of, hey, let's enter the FIA race at the last second, because most of the time it ends up pretty bad. But it's also good practice for me in real life, because sometimes in real life you have to compromise, and this kind of helps with that. Because humans display the similar patterns, and this, when I'm compromising, I'm usually under pressure, so I'm likely to make similar mistakes or relatable mistakes in real life. So it's a good way to understand myself when my back is against the wall and I have to make it up as I go along. Drive towards the wall. Like that. So yeah, let's not expect anything grand here, especially since I've done no practice in terms of the race practice. Forget the qualifying, that's going to be a disaster. But the race practice, we have no experience. This Porsche feels very slow. What are we on the brake balance? Let's go a little bit more rear for here. Oh, I should have got on the power a little bit earlier there. That's going to be a penalty. That's going to be a penalty. Don't use all the track on the exit, and I need to get that corner right. So we have time for 2 more flyers. 39.3. Geez, 37 with a Porsche Cayman. Oh my god. How do they do it? I must be honest, there's this... The aliens have entered a new level which I am... on single lap pace, I'm struggling to match at the moment. Nope, that is an NO. Let's quickly do a livery check of this car. So I used glass and matte to come up with this livery design. You can't see the sides for some reason, but there you go. You can see the gloss and matte effect there. I'd like to do it with the black one, but I need a black color scheme first, or matte black paint scheme. Whoa! So there's a lot of time there, but most importantly the chicane. This track's not a lot of corners, so the details absolutely matter. Sorry, I lost my microphone there. Sometimes the DualShock just turns off on its own. Anyone know how to fix that? Finally a clean lap. No. Okay, what am I doing wrong there? What am I doing wrong there? Can someone tell me what I'm doing wrong with the chicane? What am I doing wrong with the chicane? Because that time I'm pretty sure I was in the white lines on the exit. So I just need to understand. Okay, is it the curb? Don't use the curb. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, don't read your phone and drive. Don't do that either. Whoa. Oh. Radio's into the team. Sorry guys, got a couple of scratches on the car. So I suppose the question for this race is how far into the top 10 I can get at the end of the race, because we're not going to be qualifying inside the top 10. It is plugged into the charger, but I don't know, maybe this charging cable is just not so good. I need to get a new one, I think, and a longer one. Oh my god. Okay, let's see. Okay. I officially have no idea. So let's just quickly check what the time is. I'm going to watch the replay of the other guys, because I don't know what I'm doing wrong there. I went really slow this time. So... okay, you can't touch the curb on the first one. Don't touch the curb. Okay. Thanks for the tips, guys. You are helping me here. Zen Wolf is asking what front and rear brake bias is for. So basically, when you push the brakes, it's not pushing equal pressure to the front wheels and the rear wheels. If you go to the rear bias, it means you're sending more pressure to the rear, which means that the rear will lock more, well, have a tendency to lock more. And this leads to more oversteer going into a corner. So if you have a car that is understeering, that in other words is struggling to turn in, then I always advise going to more rear bias to get a bit more rotation from the rear of the car turning in. If you have a car that's oversteering a lot, like the mid-engine cars, like the Audi and the Ferrari in the Group 3, then go front bias So that means the fronts brake more and you get less snap oversteer going into a corner. So I hope that helps, bud. Zen Wolf. So I think this car around this track needs a lot of rear bias on the soft tire, because I can't get the front in on the rotation. So we're going -3, and also help for this hairpin. It's also maybe worth exiting that corner in second gear instead of first, or just revving out first for longer, because low end on second is not helping. Okay, so I can't hit the sausage into the chicane on the right hand side. Copy that. In other words, David, track limits. Quick bit of self-promotion. If you check out my Instagram feed, you'll check out some photos of my new car for this year without the livery. But we'll be posting the new livery next week. It looks pretty sick, I think. It's a mixture of a design that I did and a designer called Andy Werner, who designed Valtteri Bottas's race helmet. He did a great job, and I think the car's looking pretty epic. That was better. Whoa. 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 37.2. Come on, man. What are you doing for 37.2? Okay, so revving out seems to have gained about half a tenth. So that's good information. So first gear through there. I'm going to check my comments in a second, but can anyone tell me if I have to fuel save in this race? Usually we don't with the grade 4 cars. Group 4, Group 4, Group 4, not grade 4. You guys always correct me on that. Apologies. Climbing the hill. That was much better. Hey, maybe we can get a 38. And there's still time for another lap. Oh, hello understeer, my god. But you could say, oh, the car understeers, but no. The reason we understeered there, people, is because I drove the wrong line. So you always got to ask yourself, when you're giving feedback on a car, on a race car, is it you who's provoking the setup issue? For example, turning in too late, turning in too early, or is it actually the car itself which could do a better job of turning in, or not? These are key questions, ladies and gentlemen, because it is very easy to think that there's something wrong with the car when it is in fact something wrong with your driving. And then you can go down a setup route that is gonna take you down a rabbit hole, increase tire wear, whatever the case may be, and even experienced racing drivers do it. Let's see if that's a penalty. So always be aware of that. Yes, that is a penalty. is it you who's driving bad, or is it the car itself that's actually understeering? Because like in that case there, I could complain and say that the car's understeering a lot. But if I was on the right line, like the lap before, then you'd say there's no understeer. So don't change the car, change your driving. But it's, you know, it's very easy to be to blame the car for setup issues. But you know why I learned that? I learned that because of Gran Turismo. Okay, Afrofuzz is pretty quick. I don't know the other guys. I haven't been playing for so long that I can't tell you who's fast and who's not here. Wi-Fi password is quick. He gives Super GT a hard time. Brian says best of luck for Blancpath. Thank you so much. Brian, I use cockpit in every other game except Gran Turismo. For some reason, Gran Turismo gives me this weird sort of claustrophobic feeling, and I can't see out the car. And I struggle to judge distances left and right in Gran Turismo with the cockpit view. Whereas in all other games like Assetto Corsa and what's the other one? iRacing, I use cockpit view religiously, so I don't know why. I'm on the right tire, yes. So I suppose the guy who gets pole position here, just thinking out loud, is the guy who nails the slipstream. This is a track made of straights, David Perel. So if I lose out on the slipstream, I'm probably going to be outside of the top 10. Okay, so we're going to go quiet here, because I don't want to qualify last. I don't even know how many laps this race is. So I'm going to go quiet once qualifying starts, so I don't do things like this. Oh, just keeps it off the wall. Whoa. Oopsie. Whoopsie, 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 whoopsie. Benefit is slipstream down the very long straight, but we're just practicing now. I didn't mean to hit that guy. I apologize. There was signs of Dirty Dave. So my opinion of this view is that it's actually, it's not the bumper cam, it's like a floating dash cam. It's like the dash cam is taken away. I mean the dashboard. And the eye line is actually the same. Francois, congratulations, first podium in iRacing. Okay, here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. David, what are you capable of without any practice? Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not capable of rotating the car. It takes me a long time to learn rotation of car in order to get alien pace. Oh, we got, ladies and gentlemen, we got braking going on here. Oh, it's all happening. Oh my god. Oh my god. So either we can just keep going flat out and try and get 3 flying laps in. Okay, so far no slipstream. Not a good start. We've got to minimize the track distance by running tight lines here. Don't open the corner until you get to here. Braking at the 75-meter board. Just slide roll off through the corners. That tap of the wall is going to slow me down, as is that one. So that was all quite slow because you want to be flat through those corners. Going down the hill, braking at sort of that was nice. That was nice. Not alien nice, but 5-lap practice David nice. Okay, again, minimize distance covered, stay close to the track walls as possible. Run straight lines. Get those gear changes perfect. Turn in a little bit early here to hug the apex. Let the car drift over to the right. Stay in the right-hand side lane for as long as you can. Cross over. Flash, flashed. You're in my way, bro. Oh, these guys are banging in 38s like it's freaking like we're on the beach, man. Ah! And I can't get that slipstream. .1 seconds off the pace. David Perrell, what have you done? Tyre wear is negligible, by the way. But let's pin it to the pit lane so we can try and get 3 laps in. Well, we're going to get the option of 3. That was much better. That was much better. Look at that. What are we looking at on fuel? 12 laps, so fuel saving is not an issue. So maybe what I should have done there was sit in their slipstream. P8. I need that slipstream, baby. Okay, so we still got 5 minutes to go. So if I bottle this lap, I can box quickly and get at least 1 more flying lap. This is going to be an interesting race, by the way. Oh, David, please don't hit someone. Dirty Dave, stay in your box. Stay in the box, Dirty Dave. This is not a drill. I did do a first sector which was purple, but this is where the Porsche loses all its lap time. So minimize steering angle, minimize distance covered. Pray these guys move out the way. Flash, flash, flash. I got a little bit of slipstream help there. That was pretty good. That was shit. Excuse me, but that was shit. That was really bad. Damn it! Threw away a good lap. Okay, we have time for one more lap. Target is still top 10. That is how you want to go through there, David. 2/10 up. So 39.0 is possible. I reckon that will be good enough for top 10. Top 5 maybe. I'm kind of relieved that the FIA race is done and dusted. The Nations Cup. That's how I want to go through there next time. Nice and smooth, no, not big curbs. Let's open up the steering here to get a nice run down the straight. 38.3 is rather impressive. This is going to be my final lap. I braked a little bit too early for the hairpin, just by the way. No! Ah, come on. What was that? Come on. I thought it was just the right one. Oh, 39.7 anyway. Oh, that's irritating. Now we have to agonizingly wait here while everyone else does their lap. 120 viewers. Holy! Without question, you guys tuned in at the wrong moment. You missed out all the earlier action, man. So, where are we? Are we last? We're almost last. 38.9 was possible. I did purple first sector. I don't know if anyone noticed that. Francois is asking if pineapple belongs in pizza. I can eat it, but I don't like it. I don't approve of it. We are almost last. What was that time though? Was it a 39? I don't know. No, 38.9 was should have happened. So 38.9 would have put us in the top 10. So that was hey Dave. David Wayman Visuals, what's happening? Mino's asking if there's an exploitation in the hairpin. The downshift, upshift is to help rotation. The only other place I've seen it is in Formula 1. So if you have a fast enough gearbox, you can do it, and it does help with rotation of the car. If in GT driving, if you did that, you would completely destroy your gearbox. So yeah. AZ, that is true. Adam Siswillo, holy! One of the legends of Gran Turismo is tuned into live to watch the stream live, and I've qualified 18th. So thanks for tuning in, bro. Again, you chose a great time. Let's see how much progress I can make. At least starting last-ish. I can avoid the hairpin melee. But usually it's me who creates that problem. So let's see what happens here. Derek, hello from Ireland. Hello, sir. I am living in London, but I'm South African, 100% South African. The reason I was off Gran Turismo for a month is because I was getting my visa for England, so I'm now able to live here permanently. Not permanently, I've got 5 years here, but I can work and do whatever necessary here. Pretty amped about that. It doesn't get me any closer to a GT Sports final. But then again, if I'm qualifying in last place, that doesn't help either. Thanks so much for watching, dude. This is a bit of a joke. We decided 20 minutes before to go get stuck in here. I should have qualified better. I think 38.9 was possible there, but I bottled that freaking chicane. I don't even know what I did wrong, because I missed the first curb. And I hit the second one, but clearly I don't think you're allowed to hit either of the sausage curbs. Can someone quickly confirm that, if you know? Are both sausage curbs Crazy Taxi? Amazing, amazing game. If you hit either sausage curb, do you get a penalty? Hello, Root Voice All. I like that Adam uses his full name. Frank Lucid, nothing to lose except my pride and my goodwill from winning the Nations Cup race. And if I really bottle it badly enough, I can get my DR ranking dropped, which is not the intention. I should have checked the points of this one. Hey, I remember this guy was in the he was in the Nations Cup. So for those of you who are going to play the Nations Cup tonight, you don't have to do a stopper. So if you do plan on doing that race, it's a no-stop race. Have fun and qualify well and be smooth on those tires. Okay. Alright, no sausage curb touching. No sausage curb touching. 122 people watching. I suspect no pit stop. I mean, no need to fuel save. 11 laps, I had like 100 laps of fuel for qualifying. But it's just a matter of making these soft tires last till lap 6. Okay, so I know I'm faster than this because I did a freaking 8/10 quicker in Sector 1 and Sector 2. I just gotta not touch everyone. Which for David Perel, easier said than done. So the rule is only overtake and one corner, and that corner is going to be the hairpin. Got a nice slipstream here, quite a meaty one. Could be that the timing is just right to get him on the inside at the next corner, if he's not watching this live stream. Okay, now the question is, how do we get through here without getting a penalty? As you can see, they're being dished out left, right and center. That was not intentional. I didn't even see what was going on there. The rule is only into the hairpin, David. Not anywhere else, David. Unless it's clear cut. Whoa, buddy. Okay, lost a little bit of momentum there. We got a much quicker hurricane. Oh, he had a penalty. Okay, so a good slipstream. So far, positive-ish. Oh, I'm just going to miss out on the super toe because I want to get them at the braking. Oh, damn it. Whoopsie. Whoopsie. See what happens when you break your own rules. Hairpin only. Hairpin only. Otherwise that happens. So now I've got to stay behind the Nissan because we need to slipstream ourselves back into this race. That was silly on my side. Where were we? Like P7 or 8? P8 I think? No, stay behind me. The good news is, early days, lots of time for others to make the same mistake as me. So let's go get him. But this Nissan could be a problem. That was close. I should have just waited for the hairpin. Okay, but I have to not dwell on that. I have to get back into this game. This guy here has got a penalty. How's the field spread looking? Pretty close still, which is good. Means that there's chances still for a battle at the chicane. This is a race of avoidance, I suppose. You know, looking at this, lap 5, but the pit stop is so quick. Everyone's boxing now. I suppose that's my due. But I don't know. I don't know if boxing is necessary. Because it's not just about what you lose in the pit lane. It's this part here, the acceleration part. But let's see. Oh, come on. I almost want to do this race again because I can see that there's potential. But that penalty was, any hope of a result now is out the window. So what we're going to do is we're going to edit out everything here and just focus on Nations Cup. How did that guy in front get such a small penalty? I'm curious about that. No more using sausages at all, because these penalties are coming in thick and fast, and I'm not interested. Wasn't this VP guy in the top 5? This guy? Where are you gonna go, bro? This is a gentleman. He's a better man than me. Damn, this Nissan is fast. Wah! Bye-bye. Three laps to go after this one, so there's still something to be made here. How did that guy in 12th not serve the same kind of penalty that I serve? I don't understand. I think I can learn something from how people serve these penalties, because I'm not getting it right. There was a guy in front of me who had a longer penalty than me, but he was ghosting hardcore, but still going fast. So I'd love to know how do I minimize the pain of the penalty? Do I have to do something before the penalty line? Always sucks when you do a faster lap in the race than you did in qualifying. That's awkward. Although I did have that Nissan slipstream, so okay, I'm forgiven. So the key here is just drive around the chicane. Don't do like you would as in Aussie V8s. I feel like revenge is necessary at this racetrack. So in an hour's time is the next one. And I'm going to try and sneak in that race. I will live stream it. If anyone is keen to join in and watch. In an hour's time, whenever the third race starts, the second race of this event, I will be in it. Because to still be within sight of a top 10, having served 900 penalties, driving like a twaddle, I feel like I have not served myself any justice here. Nor this channel. This channel deserves more, and I'm gonna try and give it more. So, what's the time now? 6:30 only. Just drive around the chicane. Come on, David. How hard could it possibly be to drive around a corner? Pretend the curbs don't exist and just put massive walls there. Meanwhile, 2 laps ago I was 25.5 seconds behind the leader. I'm now 24 seconds behind the leader. Driving completely blind here. No, I have no idea where the walls are. I wonder what my sportsmanship ranking is going to be like after this beast. Okay, nice slipstream. 10th is in sight. We wanted to finish top 5, but David was incapable of doing that. So let's see what we could do here. Oh, he's got a nice slipstream too, so... Just by the way, you're allowed to defend like that. Just letting you know. It was before the braking zone, it was one movement. So, before any of you give me a hard time. Woo! That was terrible. That was terrible. 3D stock photo penguin is asking if I think the 488 GT3 will ever come to Gran Turismo Sport. I hope not, because it did such a bad job of the 458 that I'd be very depressed if they took a shot at the 488. Yeah, I kind of regret racing here, guys. I should have just signed off after the Nations Cup, which was a really good one. Yeah, Mino Lin is probably the most right here. Don't focus on avoiding penalties. I mean, don't focus on gaming the system. Just get less penalties. Thank you, sir. He's a man of much wisdom. Okay. Josh, but he moved before braking. Okay, let's just quickly see. I'm going to do revenge at this track. The next race is at 8 o'clock UK time. So, gents, and if there's any ladies, but I don't think so, 8 o'clock UK time, 7:55 UK time, I will be online, and we're going to give this race a proper shot. But until then, thank you so much for watching, ladies and gents. Tune in later for round 2 of this manufacturers series, where we will try aim for a top 5. Otherwise, if you want to see if I'm capable of driving, watch the FIA Nations Cup race. Till then, about an hour's time, go enjoy dinner, time with friends or whatever, and I'll catch you later. Thanks so much for watching.